Hi, my name is Shelly from FaithX, helping you connect your faith and your business with confidence. I want to tell you that our Sword and Savvy Season 1 is out in 4 days. Okay, that's June 30th. All the episodes launch in the same time, so be sure to hit subscribe and the bell notification to get those episodes. And I've been talking a lot about it. It's really a casual video chat style interview series with established Christian entrepreneurs. They're talking about how their faith impacts their business and how their business impacts their faith. It's full of value. I just watched the interviews again to get ready for this, and I am so excited for you to see it. So be sure to hit subscribe and look forward to that on June 30th. Okay, today we're talking about 5 things that you can pray for your clients. I've been kind of challenged about this lately because I've been praying for more clients, but I haven't really been praying for my clients, like for their benefit, right? And the way that we interact, and that God would bring the right people and those kinds of things. So I want to talk a little bit about that, and this is partly inspired by one of those interviews that I did, the interview with Roman Randall. He was explaining that part of trusting God is trusting him to bring the right people and to make the right relationships work out. So I kind of thought through this, and so the 5 things that I've been praying lately for my present and future clients are these. So 1 is to pray for their good, for their benefit, right? In general, not just the benefit of you working with them, but for the benefit that they have in their lives, right? So the benefit for their benefit in their personal life, for their benefit in their business, if you work with business owners, that they would meet the right people, that they would have the right connections, that they would have, things happen in their lives and in their businesses that would benefit them, that would allow them to serve other people more effectively, and that they would be able to know what they're doing, to have clarity, to do all the things that you want for yourself and for your business. Basically, pray those for other people too. The second thing is that we would be able to work together well, right? So the effectiveness of the help that I can give them, not just because that interaction is important and it would give me better testimonials or whatever. I'm praying, again, for their benefit, right? So all through that lens of let's help them by praying, because for some of your clients, they may not be Christians, right? So maybe you're the only person who's praying this for them. And so things like, okay, let's pray about how can we communicate effectively? How can we work together in the best way? How, for wisdom in knowing exactly what they need, in their wisdom and discernment in figuring out what questions to ask you, just that whole dynamic, right? That, and then again, because I said, maybe they're not Christians, maybe they are, but that they would grow closer to God. Maybe you are the only person in their life right now who is a Christian, and you have a unique opportunity to shine into their lives the light of Jesus. So pray about them being closer to God, whether or not they work with you, right? Ultimately, the soul is more important than anything that we can do here, right? So having some awareness, at least, that we want people to grow closer to God, right? We want them to really experience what we have experienced with God, to understand that He loves us and them, that this is a huge thing for us. This is something that is life-changing, and I can't imagine going through all the things in my business and in my life without God. So, praying that people move in that direction closer to God, that would be amazing. And if we can help in some way in that would be really an exciting part of our journey and our interaction with that customer. And then that they would implement the strategies, the services that we're providing, products, if you sell products, that their journey, right, the customer journey does not end when we stop interacting with them, but it keeps going. They keep going with that product or service or strategy or whatever it is that you're selling. Their lives and their business keeps going. So praying for them to implement that well, to understand, to have knowledge about how to do that, wisdom, that they would be able to explain it to the other people that are involved in the decisions or the use of that product or service. Those kinds of things. Like, again, you're praying for their benefit, right? You're praying for different ways that God can bless them, either through you, or because of you, or just because you are praying for them. And then the fifth one is that their hearts be ready to work with you or to interact with you, even if they don't turn into a customer or client later on. But you go through the process of figuring out if they are a good client. That whole process is an interaction, right? And that interaction can go smoothly or it can be really rough. And I found that when I pray that my heart and the client's heart will be ready, things just go so much smoother. So even if it doesn't turn out that they will just be ready, that you would be ready to interact with each other, to work with each other, that you'd have the right questions to ask, you'd have the right insight, the discernment to figure out if you're supposed to work together, the right things to pray for them even, that this would be a time that feels different than any of the other interactions that they've had. And again, with that idea that you're drawing people closer to God, or that you're expressing some aspect of Christ's personality to them, and that you can learn from them too, right? This is not just something like, oh, we have all the answers and we have this stuff and the clients have to come to us to get it all. My dad tells me that, oh, we got to remember that you can learn from anybody. Anybody can have something to teach you. So it really is that I learn a ton from the people that I interact with, even if I don't think that maybe like, oh yeah, we're talking about something that I have maybe more book knowledge than they do, but they say something in a certain way that makes me think of something else, and then I end up learning from that situation, right? It's a level of humility and understanding that we don't have all the answers, and that these things can come from anybody, so that our hearts would be ready to accept that, and that their hearts would be ready to give whatever they can give too, because I think a lot of times there can be some discomfort when we say, oh, we have all the answers and we have all this, we're selling something to you and you have to be the buyer and you have to decide, where it can be a little bit more of a give and take, and it seems to be a benefit, right? It can be an equal exchange of value, and so that is the goal. We want to be having integrity, having a good exchange of values, so that it is very uplifting to everybody involved. So and again, that was another idea that's touched on in one of the interviews in the Sword and Savvy series. Ray Edwards talked about that one, so be sure to watch that as well. I'm very excited about this. Again, they all launch on June 30th. So thank you for watching all these videos, the weekly videos. I'm going to be taking a break for the 4th of July, so that's coming up week, but you'll have all 4 of those episodes to be watching during that week, so you'll have plenty to see anyway. I am looking forward to hearing your feedback from the Sword and Savvy interview series, and any suggestions that you have of people that you would like to see interviewed in future episodes. So until next time, I'm Shelly with Faith X, helping you connect your faith and your business with confidence.